In a quiet American neighborhood, where time feels like it moves a little slower, something sits forgotten, parked in front of a broken house, covered in dust, fading under the weight of years. A classic muscle car, once powerful, once admired, now silent, neglected, left behind. Most people pass by without a second look. To them, it's just another old car, a piece of scrap waiting to disappear. But for some, it's something more, because every machine has a story, and some stories deserve to be told again. The air is still, the street is empty, and yet there's a presence here, as if the car itself remembers what it used to be, the shine it once had, the roads it once ruled, the sound of its engine echoing through the streets. Now, all that remains is silence, until someone decides to change that. A figure walks into frame, slow, focused, observing. This isn't just another project. This is something deeper, a connection, a purpose. The first step is simple, but meaningful. A hand reaches out, touching the surface. Dust breaks apart, falling into the air. Years of neglect disturbed in a single moment. Underneath, the truth begins to show. The door opens slowly. A long creak cuts through the silence. Inside, everything feels frozen in time. Worn seats, cracked leather, a steering wheel that hasn't moved in years. And yet, there's something still there, something waiting. The decision is made. This car won't be forgotten. Not anymore. It's time to bring it back. The movement begins, pushing the car forward. Each inch feels heavy, as if the past itself is holding on. But progress is progress, and slowly it moves into the garage, where darkness meets light, where transformation begins. The door closes behind, and everything changes. This is no longer abandonment. This is restoration. The hood opens, and reality sets in. The engine, damaged, covered in oil, rust, and time. This is where the real work starts. Every bolt tells a story. Every part holds a memory. But none of that matters now, because everything must come apart. One by one, the pieces are removed, carefully, precisely, nothing rushed. Some parts come free easily, others fight back, stuck, frozen, refusing to move. But patience wins. It always does. Piece by piece, the engine is stripped down until nothing remains but the core. This is the turning point, where destruction becomes opportunity. Cleaning begins. Degreaser hits the surface, breaking down years of grime. Foam spreads, carrying dirt away. Brushes scrape against metal, grinding away rust, restoring what was lost. Sparks fly in the darkness. Tools come alive. Metal meets motion. And slowly, the transformation begins. Air blasts through every opening. Dust disappears. Water is forced out. Everything cleared. Everything ready. For the first time in years, the engine looks alive again. Clean, bare, waiting. Now comes the rebuild, the most important phase. New parts replace the old. Stronger, better, more precise. Oil flows once again, bringing life back into every component. Each movement is controlled. Each detail matters, because this is where perfection is created. The piston slides into place, smooth, effortless, exactly as it should be. Bolts tighten, Clicks echo through the garage, a sound of progress, a sound of rebirth. The engine comes together, stronger than before. Not just repaired, improved. But the work doesn't stop there. The body tells its own story. Scratches, faded paint, signs of time. All of it must go. Sanding begins, removing the past, layer by layer. Dust fills the air. Light cuts through it, creating something almost cinematic. Preparation is everything, because what comes next defines everything. Paint is applied, smooth, even, covering every imperfection. Every mark disappears. Gloss builds across the surface. Reflection replaces damage. The car begins to shine again. Not like before, better than before, because now it has meaning. Final assembly begins. Every part returns to its place. Everything aligned. Everything ready. The transformation is complete. Only one thing remains: the moment of truth. The key is picked up, held firmly. Everything leads to this. Silence fills the garage. No movement, no sound, just anticipation. A breath is taken, and then the turn. For a moment, nothing happens. Time stands still. Then suddenly, a deep, powerful roar. The engine comes to life. Strong, smooth, alive. A sound that hasn't been heard in years. And yet, it feels like it never left. The rhythm settles. Perfect, controlled, balanced. Proof of everything that was done. The lights turn on. Bright, sharp, alive. The car moves forward. Slowly at first, then smoothly. Out of the garage, into the light. The sun reflects off the fresh paint, every detail shining, every surface perfect. The road ahead is clear, and for the first time in years, the car moves freely again. Not abandoned, not forgotten, but reborn. Because sometimes all it takes is someone willing to see the potential, to put in the work, to bring something back that the world gave up on. And when that happens, it's not just a restoration, it's a comeback, a second chance, a new beginning. And this is proof that nothing is ever truly lost.